baby. Welcome to the Dancing Oracle with Najia. I had a lot of trouble. My tripod broke. It literally just broke. So I have a plant propping this up, and I'm going to talk to you about all things concerning my audience. Hi, JMW. Hi. I think I know who that is. Hello. So I came on a different type of live stream last week, StreamYard. And normally when I do a live stream, because they're so impromptu in the middle of a busy day or evening, I don't go on camera. And also it's easier to answer your questions when I'm not on camera, so I can squint and look at everything you write. I can't read it that well. So this is less distracting. I'm going to put the camera actually closer to me so I can read what you're writing. And yeah, so hello. Um, we had a few people, 10 people in the room earlier. Make sure everybody hit the like button. It does help the channel get out there. So I can talk about anything tonight. Normally when I do these, I do them with nature walks, and I talk about psychic development, how to develop your intuitive abilities, how to trust them, or even answering questions about numerology, astrology, all things in the spirit world. We actually have a wonderful, talented by birth medium in the live chat um, that have said hello already. Yeah, one of them has said hello. So someone that's very good at talking to the other side and seeing the other side. Seeing the other side is the main thing from the talented one. I don't know if that one wants to come out. Oh, hi, Rishlane. Hello. Hi, Kat. Oh my God, from Virginia. Hi, Kat May. You're from Virginia. Hello. I've seen you in the chat before or in the comments. It's good to see everybody. So I am brewing. I guess I'll show you what I'm brewing. I'm gonna go over to my kitchen. It's so delicious. I'm brewing all these apples with black tea and cardamom. Ooh, that's noisy. Cardamom and star anise. And then I'm just sipping it to keep warm. It's like almost 0 degrees here tonight. I'm just gonna grab a mug. Oh, by the way, those of you, Jenny, who had the kitty cat mug, she has the moon mug as well. And I should have her on the show. She is a mystical potter. She's a mystical clay artist. And she used to be in my dance troupe. She's so talented. So yeah, I'm pouring some of my magical warming elixir to restore me. I am exhausted, but I wanted to come on because I haven't been doing that many live streams lately, dealing with a lot of health issues and such. And boy, that takes up a lot of your time, running the doctors and getting tests. Ew, who needs it? So I'm just, gonna enjoy my tea with everybody. And I'm gonna look at the questions now. Oh, Lordy. So sorry my face isn't on here, but you don't want to see my face now because I have no Hello, hello, hello. Hello, can you hear me now? So I must have touched, yes. Welcome everybody to the Dancing Oracle with Najia. I'm a psychic medium. I'm here to answer all things psychic questions in your chat. Keep it clean, everyone, and respectful. All right. I know a lot of you, so it's not a problem. But sometimes we get all kinds of crazy stuff show up in the chat. And let me go to the beginning of the chat and start with saying hi to everybody. Hello, JM. Hello, TJ. Hello, Rich Lane. Kat, I've said hi to you. And oh, thank you, JM and Kat. Oh, wow, you grew up in New Jersey across the river from Philly. What parts, Kat? What parts? And hello from South Carolina. 5 inches of snow. Yeah, we had a lot last week, like 10 inches, and it's mostly ice. I haven't gotten through it all yet. My car is held hostage by ice right now. It's run out of electricity and I need to charge it into my house, but I can't. I tried to pull up further in the driveway, but I can't. I have to dig through the ice. And TJ says, hey, North America. And Lydia, hello. And thank you for the love. What am I eating? Oh, I'm not eating anything now. I'm just drinking. Look at my pretty mug. Let me try to put more light into the room. This is a handmade mug. That was a beautiful gift from the mystical potter, the mystical potter, Jenny Wood. And I was about to burn a candle. This is my patchouli candle. Oh my God, it smells so good. My patchouli, I've been using it a lot. I have to get some matches. But oh, it smells so good. That one helps all the kitty cats and puppy dogs for the rescue. So I know a lot of you supported that. It was really nice to help out Kate. So I'm glad you're hearing me now. I'm here to answer your questions. Hello, Julia, the mystical Julia. I love you. And Sneedag, I can't pronounce your name, but thank you for being in here. Thank you, Shella Kelly. Hi. Oh, not personal questions tonight. Perhaps another time I could do readings. I need a lot of juice for that. I get worn down. It takes I mean, I can ask like general questions about numerology, astrology, spirituality. I mean, they could be a personal question as long as it could inadvertently help somebody else. Does that make sense? You know what I mean? Like if you've experienced a spiritual thing in your life and I can't ask the guides right now is what I'm trying to say. I can be a teacher, but I'm not well enough right now. I need rest. I need lots of rest and recuperation before I take on another psychic reading, if that makes sense, because I really have to stretch myself into other realms when I do that. It takes a lot out of me. When I do it for other people. Now, when I go into the realm as an artist, right, doing artwork, it actually gives me, oh my God, so much, just builds me up. I mean, it's good for my health. It's just wonderful. I get energy from going in with my own guides in my own energy field. But when I have to go into other places for other people and contact relatives and such, their spirit guides and angels, it's hard. It's hard on my physicality. Yeah. So, but I can answer anything else, Let me see if I can get a better set going. Yeah, my tripod broke. That's why there's a plant. This is my my little plant here, cactus plant. It was a gift from one of my dance students, and it's holding up the phone. Hi, Martha. Happy Sunday. Oh, Morristown. I know Morristown. I've driven through it many times. I know Richland, 11 degrees in Harrisburg. I love this mug. Yes, Richland, I love this mug. It's so pretty. I'm so grateful for it. All right, so you're in Colorado. It's in the 50s and 60s. Wow. Isn't Colorado supposed to be full of snow and cold? Shella Kelly? Wow. That's crazy. That's ski country, right? Am I right about that? I thought Colorado was a cold place. And Kat, you're from Willingboro High School across the river in Jersey? Oh, Reshlane, you're having hot chocolate? I'm having a black tea with boiled apples and cardamom and star anise. Yeah, and Kat understands why. And then Julia says, "Thank you about loving. I can feel the love energy from this channel and from the community." Yeah, this is a great community. Thank you, Marie Fry. Yeah, I'll feel better soon. I just need like a little day off, a reset. But I had mentioned in my other videos I would come on live this weekend. And tomorrow I'm teaching the class on how to see auras. That one has been filled for the last week. So thank you those who signed up. It's already sold out. But I'm sure I'll teach it again at some point in a few months. But next month on March 1st, I'm teaching clairaudience. And there's a couple spaces left for that if anybody wants to join the clairaudience workshop for an hour and a half, 7 p.m. Eastern. All right, on March 1st. I don't know what Moscato won, but it sounds healing for you after this week, right? JM, yeah. Oh yeah, Richland, you'll be there in the class. Are you coming to the clairaudience, or I have to look things up, or the seeing auras? The seeing auras, everyone did so well. Oh, you're all the way to the Caribbean. Hello. Yeah, does anyone have a question about spirituality? I'm here and we're all still processing a lot of stuff going on, and the energy out there is so difficult, right? Right now, it's just been overwhelming. The things that are happening. Um, Julia says, "Do I feel like my clair gifts are evolving?" Yeah, especially my clairaudience. It comes in stronger. It's more reliable. It's on a daily basis. I mean, I'm constantly hooked in. And the claircognizance, I had a lot of that as a youngster, like very young. That's coming back more. I think let me ask Julia, that's a really good question. Does everyone feel that their clair gifts are evolving? Because the veil is supposed to be thinning now for everyone to step up with their gifts. Oh, Kat is asking, when did I discover my psychic gifts? They've been with me since I'm a child. I actually didn't realize it was unusual, you know? It just seemed natural to me. It took me like a long time to realize different gifts were not what other people were having access to. So yeah, Julia was telling me, Julia is in our live stream right now, chat. And she was writing to me a while back, and then again touch base on this issue of being a blood type Rh negative, which I am, and so is Julia, and that people with Rh negative are, connected to otherworldly beings. Yeah, I always feel that. You know where it's really weird? I'm in the kitchen right now, but no matter where I live, I've been living here for like almost 30 years in this house. Um, oh, good. Glad to hear everyone is saying their gifts are improving. And for those of you who are watching the replay of this video later and you're like, who am I talking to? I'm talking to all our lovely community, and they are writing in. Yeah. So Julia says her third eye has other eyes. Does my third eye have other eyes? Yes. Oh my God, Julia, I gotta ask you something. This is the craziest thing, Julia. Yes, my third eye has so many other eyes, and I see them. I see all these eyes and eyelashes when I close my eyes in my third eye, and they're facing all different directions. Julia, do you see that as well? And we also have someone whose mom is Rh negative. Was your mom psychic? Julia's saying that other people with other blood types are psychic, but there's something a little different about the Rh negative being a specific kind of psychic, I would say. And Teresia says, I hope I'm saying your name right. She says, hi from Newtown, PA, north of Philly. Wow. Now, Newtown, is that, let me think, north of Philly. I'm trying to think where Newtown is. I know Newtown Square, that's right near me. I often go hiking in Newtown Square, PA. It's part of Newtown Township, but the town itself that's part of Newtown Township near me, which is more west of Philly, is called Newtown Square in Newtown Township. But I think you're in a different place completely. Oh, Julia, you see the different eyes with your eyes. Oh my God, it's just the strangest thing. Yeah, it's kind of distracting because, like, when you close your eyes and you see the other eyes, the eye or the other eyes in your wisdom eye area, which is, between my eyebrows and slightly above, that whole region from between my eyebrows or the bridge of my nose. Is that called the bridge, the top part of the nose? And up to the middle of the forehead. And if I kind of close my eyes and look in there, there's one of the eyeballs. There's just one right now. There's only one. But I'm seeing everything in the dark. Literally it's dark, right? And in the dark, it's like the things that are more dimensional are seen kind of first, which are the eyelashes. So because the eyelashes are kind of in front of the eye that I see, the eyelashes are more prominent than, say, when the light would be on. Oh, so you're an hour from Newtown Square. Okay, so I think you're probably closer than New Hope, I think. Have your third eye, other eyes ever lined up? Not that I'm aware of, Julia. I mean, I either see one eye, like I just did right now, or I see a bunch of eyes floating around in all different angles. And JM says, I don't know about more eyes in my third eye, but many times at night when I close my eyes in the pitch black, I can still see through my eyelids. Not always, but it happens. Is that weird? No, guess what? That is, well, okay, maybe it is unusual, but I don't think it's weird. I think it's part of our gifts. So, there's this, Caroline, I can't remember her name, but she does this thing where she blindfolds people mostly kids, and they play sports and all this stuff blindfolded. She teaches people to see with their eyes closed, basically, through, because we have a spiritual body. Oh my God. So your mom, who had Rh negative, was not so into space or anything mystical. She jokingly says she believed the earth was flat. Oh, Teresia, yeah, you're near New Hope. So now I know where you are. And Rich Lane says, I also see that, the eyes. It's not something people talk about, right? I mean, it's not part of normal conversation. Like, I had a friend over the day for lunch. That was like the only thing I really did. I mean, um, I had a friend, she's moving to Georgia, and I had her over for lunch. She was going to be in the area, and I said, "Oh, please come over, stop by, I'll make you lunch." And we got into all this spiritual talk, and she said, "Oh my God, I've known you for so long. I never knew you were into all this." She didn't know. And it was such a nice deep talk with her. I said, it's not part of natural, normal conversation that we have when we're gathered at a party or something, a soiree. It's not what we normally talk about. But yeah, one-on-one, it kind of came up. So Sheila says the universe is going through a shift. Careful how much energy you absorb. Stay grounded and protected. Yeah, I'm feeling a need to do that. Yeah, thank you for that. Thank you for that reassurance in that. And then Rishlane said she got through to Alex Petty. What did you pick up? Rishlane is also evolving her psychic abilities. Hi Leslie, you're feeling the spiritual opening. The gifts are going to be easier for everyone. It's very important. And Rishlane says, my granddaughter Kara is 5 years old, has an imaginary friend named Tina. Yeah, Tina could be a spirit. We have there's somebody, I don't know if that person is still in the chat, but that person had an imaginary friend when they were young. Baby Ghost John. It turned out to be that was a real person from the other side when things were validated. So JMW says, I don't know about more eyes in my third eye. Oh, yeah, I read this one because you can still see through your eyelids. Yeah, I can't think of the name, Caroline something. She has a channel, I believe, but she's been on other people's channels. Oh, she teaches people to be like superhuman, I think. Because we have not just a physical body, we have a spiritual body. And one of the things I started teaching my dance students was, I mean, I didn't say it this way when I'm teaching it this way. Those who've studied dance with me, there's one in the room now who's new to me. But I really teach them to access their spiritual body and to move through the spiritual body. The spiritual body will move the physical body. Spiritual body is much higher dimension and can do so much more. The spiritual body is in divine alignment. So when I get people to access their spiritual body, their dance is always beautiful, even if they're a brand new beginner, because divine design is perfect. It's not easy to be a belly dancer, So the way to get better at it is to just go right to the divine level. Yeah. Oh, and Kat May says, I miss New Hope. Because I think Kat's in Virginia now. New Hope's a beautiful town in Pennsylvania, just across the river from, I think it's Lambertville, New Jersey, which is also a beautiful town. Julia says, maybe the earth was flat and other dimensions make it round. You know, a lot of it is perception because it's the way our brains are wired. You know, the way humans are wired is completely different than how any other creatures on the planet are wired. So, how we perceive things is based upon our brain, not so much upon the physicality, right? Everything is energy anyway. So, and Rich Lane says, I thought I was seeing things. And Julia says, not weird to see things through your eyelids. I can do that too. Hey, everybody, let's do that. Let's make that a commitment to try to see through your eyelids, right? Because your spiritual eye can see through your eyelids, right? You can see behind you, things like that, but spiritually. Oh, Julia says, when my third eye eyes line up, meaning the multiple ones, it becomes a portal that my spirit can walk through. Oh, wow. I love that. You know, we have so much more to us than meets the eyes, right? And Teresia says, I pick up on numbers a lot. And my mom was psychic, although she didn't call it that by name. Yeah, I didn't call it that by name until a few years ago. I came out of the closet. So Rich Lane is talking about Alex Petty. I got that he sacrificed himself for all of us. He was helping the woman, and he did not have his gun. He forgive the ICE agents for shooting him. Wow. And Kat says, I used to live in Hopewell, New Jersey before moving to Virginia. And she could go to New Hope as often, right? And Teresia says, you know, come to New Hope anytime, right? Meet the community. So Julia says that the dimensions, you know, are connecting it to make the earth round. And Kat is telling at Teresia, once the snow and ice melts, I do need to visit Hopewell. Maybe I'll make my way to New Hope. And Rich Lane says she had an imaginary friend when she was a little girl. And then Julia says when God put Adam and Eve out of the garden, he blocked that dimension off. Yeah, so let me ask you, Julia, what dimension are you talking about that was blocked off? I definitely know there was a dimension blocked off. You know, there's two stories of Adam and Eve in the Bible. They're different. It seems to be there's one Adam and Eve up in the heavens and another in the earth. And the earthly ones were made to imitate the ones in the heaven. Yeah. Yeah. Hi, is this audio only? Oh, you can't see me because I'm just reading the chat. It's easier to read the chat when I'm not on camera. And I am in my pajamas, sipping tea. I don't have any makeup on. I was almost going to wear a red light therapy mask while I was doing this, and I realized I'm not going to be able to see the chat with that on. I need to heal my skin from the dryness. Yeah, so Jennifer, people are asking questions tonight about psychic development, but you can chime in about anything if you like. Like, you know, whatever's, if you need to share something, if you're going through something and you want to share it with the community, we have we're lucky we don't have any trolls on right now. We have a really nice community of mostly regular people in my comments. who visit my other videos, and they're just lovely. Thank you, Jennifer, for the compliment. And Kat says, I've never had an imaginary friend, but my aunt was a medium. Oh, and I was, when you were around 9 or 10? Wow. And I was the first to know there was a ghost in our house. My siblings thought I was just afraid of the dark. You know, it is hard to feel the spirits at first. I was talking earlier about the kitchen and I got distracted. I first really, really got aware of spirits visiting me in any kitchen I was in. Any kitchen not every kitchen I lived in, because I've moved around a lot before I settled here almost 30 years ago. But in my younger years, I moved around a lot, from sublet to sublet in New York. And I could feel a presence. I think, yeah, I don't know what that's about. But I had asked Julia a question earlier. Julia, about Adam and Eve. And Julia's writing in now and saying, God created earth and the Garden of Eden. And then when he made the garden, he made it on earth. We know this because the Bible gives the location of things that are on earth. Yeah, that was definitely on earth. And We Are in This Together says, I'm Pisces, but I wish I was more intuitive. Well, they can be developed, you know? Basically, it's making friends with your spirit guides, your team, and trusting the voices, trusting the pictures, trusting the knowing that comes. Ah, JM, you're Pisces too. And your birthday's next month in March? I guess early March. Yeah, so Pisces have a beautiful imagination for writing, creativity, many things. And Kat is another Pisces. Wow. Oh, February. That's right. Wait a minute. Tomorrow is February, not today. Tomorrow is the first day of the new month. We're going to have a lunar, we have the moon in Leo. We have a full moon in Leo tomorrow. So Julia says, it says that God blocked the way into the garden, meaning that dimension into the garden is blocked off. Yeah, and it says something about the fall, like falling to a different level of earth, like downward. Hi, Belinda, you're February baby. Rich Lane's happy her granddaughter has ability and her mom and daughter not just using it, but she said, Mom, we're going to have a bad winter. Oh, yeah. We're having a bad winter. Linda G, dear Linda G, she said that too. And she was right, because I keep looking at the weather the next couple of weeks ahead, it's just like not going to warm up above freezing. This is so weird, this single-digit weather here. Leslie says, I've gone back and forth with my spiritual development over the last 50 years. She studies the Seth Jane Roberts book all through it, rereading them all a number of times. Angel books, tarot and crystals. Oh my gosh, I haven't read those in years, but I loved reading. She was one of the first to channel, that we're aware of, right? And Shella Kelly says, it's on earth, but there are things that are beyond the veil that can be right in front of you, but you'll never see them. Eden is protected from us. by angels who block our persecution. Julia says, yes, Adam and Eve are in heaven and other places now. Leslie said, coming back in from a kind of a lull. We are in this together. Yes, another Linda fan. I'm a huge Linda fan, personally and professionally. Oh my. I have to actually email her back tonight. Someone saw my video from yesterday and wrote to her. So I gotta email her back. I can't quite got to read it fully and process it, but I'll do that afterwards. Just tell her I love her. That's the main thing. Sometimes there's dramas from other people creating problems, but nothing takes away my love of Linda. And Shella's trying to, Rishan says, love Linda G, first person to see on the live chat. Oh my God, doesn't she? She's like the Stephen Colbert of psychics. She gets us through these times. Oh, hello, digital artist. And Kat says, I enjoy Linda. And that's how she found me. Oh, thank you, Leslie, for you and your husband for watching all my videos. Yeah, Bob, yeah, I'm human and have feelings. Yeah. I mean, I don't like that kind of stuff, people making things up about me. That is not cool. That hurts the community, and I won't stand for it. Don't be making crap up, right? And carrying tales. That's like horrible. Oh, sorry for being a smartphone. It's not very bright. No, it's not. This is, yeah, my Apple. I am just talking here, and I have the camera is propped. My phone is propped up against a plant on my kitchen table because my tripod broke. I tried to sign on at 8:05. My tripod broke, and I was trying to find other things to make the camera stand up. Yeah, exactly, digital artist. And thank you, Kat. I don't want people to mistake my kindness for weakness, and you cannot go and just decide to tread over me. You know? I mean, forget it. Forget it. So I am actually going to bring some of these wonderful psychics on my channel in February. So they accused one of the psychics of saying California is going to fall into the sea, and that I was saying that too, which is definitely not true. I don't see anything personally for California. Once I was shown the entire planet, but I couldn't recognize the geography because everything was tilted differently and the earth looks so different. And I said, what's going on? I can't find where I live, Pennsylvania. I can't recognize North America because things seem shifted, right? There's this shifting going on. And they said it's the poles or the polar shift, that the poles would shift. And I didn't know what that meant, but that's actually going on. It's been going on for like over a decade now. So I guess about 40 years ago when I was shown this vision multiple times, and I was talking to other star beings. Julia was asking, who am I in touch with? Otherworldly beings, yes. I've had a lot of meetings with these star beings on a different level. Like maybe an astral type level. I'm not physical, not dream, but in between. And they showed me the earth and they showed me a shift. They were very concerned about the environment, and I didn't even know about stuff like that 40 some years ago, right? Oh, Jennifer, yeah, my house is cozy. It's a cozy kitchen. And I've got this nice pot on the stove of cider tea, which is I cut up all these apples because I always have way too many apples, right? Way too many apples. And I make tea with the rest of them. Yeah, and I put in some cardamom and star anise tonight. Jason Vincent Sefs, I left you a couple messages about the bad words and the words you never said last night. Thank you so much. I saw that. I hope someone hasn't cloned your content and changed your words on a very similar channel. I hope not. I was quite angry at some people that carry tails last night, and I made a short video, 8-minute video about it. That was me. And oh, Rich Lane is going to be on Shari's slumber party tonight at 11:05. Shari is another psychic. That sounds like fun, a slumber party. I don't know if listen, Jason, if you ever see anyone cloning my content, let me know. But no, this was somebody saying I said things I didn't. So, and also saying things that a guest of mine never said. Tom Timor. I actually called Tom after this carrying of tales to Linda's email. I I said, Tom, I've had you on my show so many times, and let me just let me just ask you plainly, because I'm getting a whole different scenario than some people are saying. Have you ever said that California will fall into the ocean? And he's like, no. I said, when I listen to you, I get you have said that the beaches will be in bad shape and that the infrastructure will be torn up to a great degree because of multiple incidences. It doesn't give a chance to repair because there'll be a succession. There'll be a lot of destruction. I'm not, he goes, no, it's not a great place to live. You have to deal with stuff, but people are freaking out. So we're going to clear things up. I'm going to have him on. I think he's coming on February 23rd, or I think that's the date he's coming on. Right? And we're going to clear some of that up. And he told me about this other psychic, Kirsten Hubbard. I believe that's her name. I have to go look it up. I have an email from her. She's going to, I invited her on my channel to clear things up. And just, I like her vibe. She says something about California. I haven't had a chance to fully. I started to watch the video of her and Tom Timor, so you could look it up. I watched part of it and I drifted off to sleep, and I woke up in the middle of the night and in the morning to other videos that she produced, which were all amazing, like all this mystical stuff happening to humanity in the future, like wonderful stuff. So I haven't seen, I didn't get a chance to really get specific and see about California, you know? She does have a prediction about California. So I want to ask her about it. And I know she has a lot of beautiful healing content. Really beautiful. And I was told about 15 years ago. I have to think of the dates. When I was told to work with the spiritual body with my students, and doing it in a way to make it fun through dance, like a mystical dance. So I have an experimental class that I did separately from my normal Egyptian dance classes curriculum. I had this experimental class going on for, oh God, how many years? I used to have that in person before the pandemic. And then I don't specifically teach that anymore, but I incorporate a lot of it into my regular belly dance classes on Zoom. That foundation is there. Often it bleeds in. And I asked my guides, like, why are you teaching me this? Because I'm teaching stuff that is channeled material from my guides about dance and movement and energy. And they said because people's bodies are going to be changing in the future. And I'm basically teaching people um, how to navigate that for a new world coming. We're going to be using like not just our earthly body, but we're going to be using a lot of our spiritual body. And I think that's how people can see with their eyes closed, right? And oh, Kat, you also enjoy Ellie Dreams Down Under like me. I love Ellie. I love Ellie. And I know someone's having some connectivity issues. I hope you're all okay with the connectivity. And so Laura says, I had a dream that the woman gave me a painting. Later at work, a new painting was hung. Same one? Oh my God, Laura. That's wild. Yes, and Julia says maybe the painting has a message for you. Yes. See what that message is, Laura. Tune in. And Shala says it's Shala Kelly. Hope I'm pronouncing your name right. Thank you for all the likes, everyone. We got 20 likes in the room. Hopefully, we'll get all 34. It's good to connect with others, but we have to remember we're all on different paths with different gifts. We need to encourage each other, but not try to make someone else's gifts yours. Oh, yeah, definitely. You have to find your own way. You know, just like I'm an artist and other people are like engineers or techie people, we all have a different part of society that we contribute to. The same thing will be with our gifts. Thank you, Jason, for the love. Sometimes I can eat the apples after creating my tea, but right now there's a lot of starving squirrels out there. So I've been giving the apples to the squirrels. Um, but otherwise they'd be kind of like an applesauce and I would add some cinnamon to them. You know, I've done both. Depends how I make them. Sometimes like what I'll do is if I really want to eat the apples and they're so tasty if I do it this way, I actually steam them above the tea. I put them in a steam basket and I peel them and chop them up and little tiny like half-inch cubes, right? And I'll squeeze a little lemon juice over it and cinnamon. And they're steaming over the pot with the tea. And I can throw the peels into the tea, right? But if I want to eat the apples where they taste the best or use them in baking like a pie, I'll steam them. Because there's different ways I make the apple tea. This is the way I'm making it tonight, but there's various ways depending what I want to do with the apples later. But since I'm going to share these apples with the poor squirrels out there. Oh, they're so cute. You know, if I don't put stuff out right away and by a certain time in the morning, I get a knock on the kitchen window. Or I get them crawling on the door. I have like an iron type door on the back and they can hook onto it and crawl around in circles. One of them crawls around in circles on the back door. And I'll just tap on it before I open it. Like, because I don't want the squirrel coming in. But they're so cute, you know, and they depend on me to give them some extra treats. So Shella says when we shouldn't get discouraged when what we are going through doesn't make sense. Knowledge, meditation, openness to our own experience. Yeah, so don't worry if it's not always like logical. Thank you, Laura. Oh, Laurie, hello. Laurie is going to be on the show. I think on the 13th of February, we're going to record. Hopefully that day I can fit in 3 recordings. I have a busy day that day. But we're going to do 3 short shows if all works out. We'll see what we do. We have an hour and a half together. And there's a post in my Oracle page, my YouTube Oracle page, where she's going to do the love compatibility. Yeah, and that's a couple posts underneath. We put that in last week. I put that one on last Sunday when I was on the live stream. I won't be doing a live stream tomorrow because I might make a regular video. I have to make a video about crystals. Love crystals. Passion crystals. Because tomorrow is February and it's love month, and just like I did a lot of love videos last year, I'll be doing love videos this year for the month of February. And for the Keanu Reeves fans, Laurie's going to do his numerology because people have been asking me since August. The last time I did his birthday reading in August before I had my heart surgery. And look at 29 likes. Thank you so much. Because that's most of the people in the room. Thank you. So we're going to do that because I know people keep asking me to do another reading on him. But it's not so much the focus of the channel, and it gets a little old. But this will make them happy when Laurie comes on. So Julia says, yes, I've learned that sometimes the otherworldly beings are concerned about the environment because we are made from the same elements and hurting ourselves. Yeah, they are. They are. I feel like the ones I've had contact, they're related to us. Jason says, I'll look out for you and Tom. I talk to him. You talk to Tom all the time? And Jason lives in California, and he sees Northern California dropping down from the South Cascadia subduction zone. Well, are you a psychic, Jason? I'm not sure with the Cascadian. I'm here on the East Coast. I'm not as familiar. I've been to California several times. I've done volunteer work there. Yeah. Yeah, let me know more about that and what your gifts are. Oh, yeah, Rich Lane, you were spot on about the storm. That's for sure, Digital Artist says. And Julia says, interested in the painting that was a dream. I feel a message in there from a past life. Can a picture be taken of it and posted on the channel? You know what, Julia, she would have to email me that photo. I would love for people to be able to post in the community page, but I don't think it allows people to do that, like YouTube. Not that I wouldn't let you. I think, because people could post anything, nudity, who knows? So you can just send it to me. And Laurie says, I love her too. And I used to watch her a lot, but I'm watching her again based on your last live. I think you must be talking about Linda or maybe Ellie. But I think you're talking about Linda. Yeah, Linda, I love Linda. Linda's a beautiful person. She's a beautiful soul. And oh, good, Laura. Take a picture of it Monday and yeah, just send it to me and I can post it on the, I can post it on the Oracle page from YouTube under posts. Unless you find a way to post it. Jennifer Robertson says, do you sing? I wish. I sing to the kitty cats. Up until recently, I had a song for all to make glad. I had a song for all the cats in my life because I have indoor cats, outdoor cat colonies outside that I take care of forever. And any cat I've adopted, I um I made up a song on their about their name. And they love and I would sing their name song to them. And they loved it. They knew it was for them. But I started kind of doing that for these cats. Um The one the one cat, Katerina, she just looked at me like I was nuts and run away, so she didn't like it, so I gave up, at different times I did that, and all that attention focused on her. She still has her feral ways. She's a feral cat that I adopted and, from a rescue. Someone found her, whatever, and, she had been through a lot of trauma, and she's been with me since the pandemic. Right before February, before the lockdown. So I was fostering her. I ended up adopting her, even though she didn't really like it here at first. It really wasn't working out. But I didn't want to bring her back to the rescue. I thought, let me try, let me try. Wasn't working out with the other cats so much, but that I had at the time, Francesco, my soulmate cat, before he passed. But, it wasn't like horrible. They weren't fighting, so it wasn't anything bad. So I tried. But to this day, if I try to like talk to her or give her too much attention, she gets intimidated and just runs away. So singing a song for her was way too much focus and attention on her. And I started to make up one for Esmeralda. She's the one that came to live with me a year ago. She was an outside kitty. I think she's related to the other outside kitties outside that live on my porch and in the cat condo. There's a thermal cat condo. Oh, JM, you sing. Oh, I wish I was a good singer. And then Richlane has a message to Bob about her dream. Oh, good evening, Gigi. You're joining us a little late, but it's so happy to have you here. We are in this together says, my sister feeds the squirrels and they come to the door and take them from her. Oh my God. They even look through the window waiting for her. I've tried to give things in their hands. They love me. They know I'm the treat lady, I'll just say treats and I'll put stuff out. But they don't take food from my hands. I had a student, they would do that with her. She would feed them right from her hands. And I have a friend that feeds chipmunks from her hands. She calls them over. She holds out these special nuts that she gets for them and seeds. And they come over to her and take it out. It's so cute. She's like Snow White. I call my friend Laurie Snow White. And Julia says, thank you, Laura. That'd be lovely. It would be so interesting to see what energy we can read from it. Yeah. Oh, so Kat is doing the same thing, but she's doing it with apple and a few goji berries. Oh, God, I haven't had goji berries in so long. I used to love eating dried goji berries. They're like a superfood I think, from China. Sheila Kelly says, some are here to help people heal. The earth or people, right? We must heal ourselves and go through our shadows. Yeah. Yeah, you have to go through your shadow period before, when you're working with your gifts, you got to deal with your shadow. So Rich Lane says we're still about 10 inches, 12 inches of snow. It melted a little bit, but temperature high was only 22. God, I wish the snow would melt. I got to charge my electric car, and I gotta dig out another 12 feet. 12 feet of 10 inches by 10 inches by a little past my car width inch feet. Oh, Julia's too sweet. Oh, you pray for the squirrels every day. Yeah. Oh, Bob, digital artist, you're lucky in California. You're not having this cold. Yes, so Laurie, she's already written down a lot of the info from everyone on the Dancing Oracle with Najia page, the YouTube page, under the word posts. And you can look, there's a picture of numerology and what we're going to do on the 13th. And Rich Lane, she says she loves crystals too. Yeah, I'm going to talk about crystals. I'm going to talk about um, the properties of some of the crystals and things you can do with them, and wear them as well. Yeah, I'll make that tomorrow, and I'll probably post it tomorrow if I can get to the tags and everything I need to do. Yeah. Hi, Sage and Salty. What a great name. And digital artist, he loves what he read about Keanu Reeves. Sounds like he's a good guy, yeah. Oh, Kat, you know what? You don't have a boyfriend and you didn't. Don't worry about it. We're going to learn how to do other stuff with numerology in the future. We were just trying to find something for Valentine's, right? Jason, what is this laughing thing? I'm not sure what that is, but thank you. So, Julia says, do you ever feel like the otherworldly beings are us from the future, but an evolved us? They could be. Oh my God, the ones I met, they're gorgeous. Like I would be just, I'm talking telepathically to them. They're telepathically also talking to me, and I'm partially telepathic, partially speaking, right? Because that's what I'm used to. And I would get so distracted listening to them because they're so beautiful, like models. I would call them the Swedish models because that's what they look like. They're tall and um, mostly blonde. I think they might have all been blonde. I'm not sure if they were all blonde, but mostly blonde for sure, and light eyes. They wore lots of blue, shades of blue, even like a violet-ish blue and a tealish blue, and then there's a really pretty like Berber blue a lot of them were wearing. Oh, Jason's looking for the love compatibility chat. Yeah, they could be an evolved us, Julia. I'm thinking about that. I hear that we can send that out, and meet up with ourselves. It's hard for me to know. It's such an unusual existence in an unusual world. There's what did someone famous said there's more to heaven and earth than has been dreamt of, right? Something like that. I don't know who that was, but if anyone knows that quote, let me know. And oh, bye, digital artist. You can listen to the rest on the replay. Yeah. We're gonna hang out till I can't, I'm too tired. I'll hang out as long as possible because I have not been doing a lot of lives lately and I feel badly. Oh, Laurie's saying Ellie. Oh, yeah, I love Ellie. Ellie from Australia. Ellie Dreams Down Under. Bob says I sing and people run. Uh, oh yeah, Laurie, I see she's doing less tarot because she doesn't want to do the political stuff. I don't blame her. That's hard on the psyche. She's really an explorer, you know. I love her content. I'm going to be doing some of the Bledsoe content. Ellie was one of the people that got me turned on to the Chris Bledsoe content. And I just want to look into that more. Especially since some of that is coming up possibly in April. He talked about this vision that could happen in April. Ellie thinks it's more likely in October from the astrological alignment. Oh, thank you, Rich Lane. Yeah, Linda is wonderful and me. Oh, thank you so much. Digital artist may sing his song on the video. I think. Are you talking like maybe? And Jennifer Robertson says, I know you're an artist and your voice is so soothing. And I thought you might sing too. I used to sing to my cats and gecko too. Wow. They love it, typically, most cats, right? And animals. I don't know. I've never sung. I don't know. I won't say I never sung publicly because I don't know why, but this volunteer organization did some work for, they asked me to sing Amazing Grace on their channel, and I actually did. I'm not a singer, and I don't know why they had me do that. I guess they thought I could sing. And I thought, well, it's airing in different parts of the world. No one's going to see it that knows me. Nobody's going to see it that knows me. So I agreed to do it, and I wanted to help them. So what I did was, do you know that song, "The House of the Rising Sun"? I'm trying to think I don't know if it's the Animals. There's a song, there's an old song from the 70s or the 60s about the house of the rise. Oh, it's the Doors sang it, right? The Doors. Oh my God. And let me look that up. I don't want to give wrong information. My other phone is dead. Yikes. To get info from. Huh. So I'll have to look it up a different time. But anyway, instead of singing Amazing Grace to the normal tune, Amazing Grace, I sang it to the rhythm and the melody of the song "In the House of the Rising Sun." And it worked. I love doing that. It worked out really well. Just to be different. So Jason says, look into it. It's between North Carolina and all. Oh, wow. It's a diagonal. Okay. Now I can't remember the name of what to look into, Jason, because I lost that part of the chat. Do you know what I mean? I'll have to, if you could send that back, and I'll take a screenshot of what you're saying for future reference. I see something, I looked into the future, and it wasn't specifically about earthquakes or anything, but I saw this country, a long time ago, I saw this country dividing into other, um, I would say territories. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe people will just have more of their own government and not so much tied to the Fed. Like California, in some ways, I heard is operating like that. They're having relations with Europe and not doing the tariff thing. I think that's what I heard. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I heard something like that last night. So I kind of got this. I saw this future of the United States, and it looked like there was a division along a natural Earth event, and I got this New Madrid fault line thing. along the Mississippi, that there might be a division around there. But, it's not clear. It's not clear for me. Oh, Julia might. I wonder what Julia sees. I wonder what Julia sees. Julia, do you get visions for the earth and the United States? Like, do you get those kind of visions for the future? And would it, oh, auto tune to fix your voice? Bob. Micheline has 2 male cats. Shadow is 9 and Samuel is 6. And Shadow follows you everywhere. That's his perfect name. Yeah, Shadow. Oh, Laurie was gifted with a set of bird oracle cards yesterday. Now she's obsessed. Oh my God. Oracles are great. Julia used to read to your cats. I learned from a librarian who lived next door, who does live next door, but she's no longer a librarian. And she used to come watch my cats when I would go away. And she told me, she is not a cat person. She's not used to being around cats, but she was planning to bring some books over to read to them because she heard the cats get scared when you look at them directly in the eye. But if you read in the room, they get used to your voice. And because they're not intimidated by you looking at them, you're looking at the book, they feel safe in your presence. And oh my God, I love my next door neighbor. So I come back from running this mermaid retreat, and on my kitchen table are 9 or 10 children's books on cats. Like cat stories, pictures of cartoons of cats. And she's reading children's stories about cats to my cats. And, Francesco was so in love with her. After that, he was mad I was home. He didn't want her to leave. So Jason says, I also saw the pandemic in September and November. He canceled the January 30th birthday in December of 2019, since it was at a boutique bar my friend owns. Wow, Jason. Jason, do you do any psychic stuff on your channel? I haven't checked into your channel if you have anything like that. I saw the pandemic as, I heard a voice that said devastation was coming, and that these 8K and 9 masks that got sent to me by mistake were actually meant for me. But I didn't associate masks with virus. I thought, well, I wonder if I won't be able to breathe. Maybe an earthquake's coming, But if I had a chance to collaborate back then with other people, I could have put it together. Like, we would all have pieces of the puzzle. Like Linda G saw masks and a virus in Italy or something. And I think that's where most of that started, like coming over to us here in America. Like, and the astrologers knew there'd be some kind of shutdown worldwide. It was in the astrology. It would have been really cool to collaborate. So I want to do more with other people, especially psychics, to just, that's kind of what I'll do this month with Tom and with Kirsten. Yeah. So Julia says she found that when she did her shadow work and went into her shadow, she found her twin soul. And Laura, yeah, we're going to have fun when we do those videos, man. We have so much fun on the phone. It's dangerous to talk to Laurie because then I don't get anything done. I have so much to do. And then I really enjoyed talking to Laurie. So, Laurie, if I don't respond much on the phone these days. It's just because I'm overwhelmed. But we have like a natural flow when we talk. It's fantastic. And I know everyone's going to really enjoy you coming on the channel. Gifts for the channel. I'm not sure what these gifts are, but I have to check out. Oh, gee, she joined the VIP Oracle group. Is that what that means? Yes. Thank you for joining. There's a lot of psychic development videos on there. I'll be putting more up. Techniques like workshop stuff. There's also free content when you just see just me, but a lot of times when people take the workshops, it's kind of more private, so I'm putting it up on the Oracle membership. And then Rich Lane says to Julia, I talked to my cat's shadow telepathically to tell him to eat his food, and he will go back to eat his food. Yeah, cats, you can communicate with them telepathically. I had to communicate that way with the outside cats. They don't understand the English, like my inside cats understand English. And the outside cats, they could just feel the tone. So I had to purposely talk telepathically to this one black cat that was beating up the furry tabby cat. Horribly, horribly biting her face. There was so much competition over the food. There was competition over laying on the back of my step. It was bad. And the other cat was fluffy. She was nice. She was just trying to get food from me, and she would like want to live in my backyard. And they would hang out on my back step. And I put some like cat shelters out back that I hoped that they were sleeping in. I don't know. I had a couple back there at the time. And like thermal shelters. Thermal, so they're cooling and they're heating depending on what time of year. And they had straw in them so that the cats would wick away the moisture so they wouldn't freeze or they wouldn't get too hot. Either way, depending what time of year. So I had that going on in the back, and there was so much fighting. This black cat just was so bad. And I said, I would say, like, you have to stop it, and they wouldn't understand. And I would yell, and the yelling didn't help. So I telepathically worked really hard on telepathically sending a message to this cat, like, if you don't stop beating up this cat, I'm not going to feed you anymore. I'm going to banish you from the yard. I'm going to chase you away. You better make friends with this cat and stop it, Just stop it. Or I'm going to stop feeding you. And do you know, the next day, it was like a miracle. It was such a miracle. They were curled up yin and yang on my doormat in the back. And I woke up, I hadn't even had my coffee yet, so I thought, I'm like, am I dreaming this? This is like wild. These cats, all they do is fight, and they're curled up yin and yang. And then the black cat saw me and started licking the head of the other cat to show me, look, I'm being nice. And I was just like, oh my God, oh my God. So, I did extra food, extra treats after that. Like, oh my God. And they've been they've been together ever since. They've been buds, curled up together all the time. It's wonderful. Yeah, Ellie, Kat says Ellie from Australia, she has a wonderful way in understanding the messages of the cards. She even wrote a book on it. I think she wrote 2 books. She's writing another book about something else now. And Laurie says the same thing about Ellie. She loves the content as well. And yeah, Julia says, I was going to ask if your cat... listen, many cats throughout my lifetime have sent me messages telepathically. They've sent me pictures too. Not just word messages, picture messages. I had a cat that I'm trying to I had a cat that was at my mom's house. Ah, Leslie's coming to the Clairaudience workshop in March. Thank you for joining. It just showed up. Thank you, Leslie. You're going to be with us on Zoom. It'll be so nice to see you and help you out. Clairaudience is one of the most important things to learn, I think, these days. Yeah. I mean, I'm sure I'm going to teach it again if anyone's missing it because we'll probably get sold out because I only take 12 people in the room. Because it's so important. And we'll just review some of the basics and go further. So you'll always get the full content. Maybe some of the ones in the future I'll have to make longer. Yeah. Once you learn it, you're good. Once you learn how to do it, it'd be nice to continue in a group and like a class that was a month long, a course, but it's not like you can come back to the workshops, which I highly suggest, and be with the group and talk about your progress. And it's a chance to really get detailed processing with me to help you through that. Um, each time, but really your guides will help you as well. Once you get connected to your guides and trust them and you work on your vibration, raising the vibration, you'll be good. And Christy says, hi, hello from Portland, Oregon. Julia says, I've sent messages through cats telepathically. And she's asking if Rich Lane Spiritual Birds has ever sent a message to a person. Oh, hi, Brendan. And Leslie, the song, I'm not oh, yeah, the animals, you're right. Yes, I'm sorry, it was not the Doors. It was the Animals, the group The Animals, the House of the Rising Sun. And Laura says, I love the House of the Rising Sun. You played it on guitar. Oh, that's a hard instrument to play. That takes a lot of mastery. Yeah, everyone's affirming that it was that song. All right, so now Jason is clarifying about some Earth activity, planetary activity, that he sees coming. All right, so in North California and Canada, it's called Cascadia Subduction Zone. So it's Jason, I took a screenshot of that so that I could look that up later. Because I had asked Julia, what does she sense? A lot of intuitives in this room. Oh, thank you, whoever sent me $2. Who is that? I see a little flag with $2. I guess I'll see it later. I can't click on it. It won't let me click on it. But thank you, whoever did that. I appreciate that. Every bit helps and makes me feel the love. Thank you. Julia says, I feel the energy of climate change and changes in the USA, but the energy of the visions is always changing and evolving. Yeah, depending on how our energy changes and evolves. That also happens in readings with other people. Sorry, I'm adjusting this because I'm trying to see the writing. And Laurie, yeah, it's a great story about my neighbor. It really, there's more to tell you. It's so precious. She would meditate, and he would meditate with her. She would send me s pictures of them meditating together in video when she would start to meditate. Oh, he loved her so much. He had a great life with all the belly dancers and her. I miss him so much. So Leslie says alternative realities are probable selves existing in non-linear time, so you could be meeting your future self. And JMW says, I had a dream a few weeks ago that I time traveled to the day before the pandemic and knew what was coming. And in my dream, I realized that something like that was coming again. Yeah, listen, I'm feeling the same way. I had, I had, I had a vision, clairaudience about 3 years ago saying the same thing. And now we don't have the same protections we had back then, with the health department. Laurie says, I'm so looking forward to it, and it's okay. I just can't wait to get home. Julia says, my twin soul's energy was crying inside of me, and it was causing me to go through health issues. When I cared for my twin soul by taking care of myself, by going inward, I started healing. Beautiful, Julia. Jason says, no, I doubt. I don't. He doesn't have a YouTube channel with psychic content. I've just come out of the closet since July 17th when my nephew clearly came to my deaf ear and had messages from his last thoughts to give my sister his mother. Look up Javen Runnels. Oh, okay. I'll look that up. I'm saving all these screenshots in 2023. Wow, Julia, I've been told my twin flame is waiting, and I just completed some shadow work. Plus, I'm in the hospital. Poor Laurie, I know. Otherwise, Laurie would be on sooner, but she's still in the hospital recovering from surgery. Micheline says, I got spiritual birds from We Are All Spiritual Birds. Julie, my aunt, passed away in 2022. She loved birds, and her mother-in-law passed away. And she sees a lot at 2:22 p.m. That would be her mom and her loving each other. That sign, sounds like. Leslie's excited about everything coming up with Laurie. Oh, Jason, I see. Thank you for the donation. And you added info on the Sub-Z in California. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you for the prayers, Julia, for Laurie and her twin soul. Oh, thank you for sending that. I'll see where it comes in. I'm not sure where, but I'll check it out. Christy J. Hudson says, I have a male kitty. He's very chatty. He sits with me when I crochet. This sounds adorable. I bet he likes all that string yarn around like, oh. Oh, it's a super chat. Yes, I've heard of people getting super chats. Thank you. I feel, I'm so part of YouTube now, getting my super chats. Thank you. So Jason says he's seen the Cascadia subduction zone connected to the San Andreas fault, and they pop in tandem and a couple months apart. Oh, wow. Wow. Well, I feel, I had a vision, and I'm feeling it's because I'm having a vision and cognizance in my body, like a knowing sense. I don't know how to explain it, but it's a feeling. And I'm feeling like there's earth activity coming up. And maybe I just logically think that because it feels like rumbling in my body. Although I have health issues, this feels separate, right? Um, I'm not sure if it's a metaphor for our times because of all the rumblings emotionally. Sometimes a psychic, as an empath, you feel that. There's been so much going on. It's too much. And I see stuff underwater, Jason. I think it's water. We'll just say liquid. I see bubbles bubbling up when I asked about this vision and this feeling and what it means. And I see the color jasper, like jasper colored rock. Could be rock, I'm assuming, but like the color of jasper behind the watery, liquidy feeling in the bubbles. There's this weird yellow that comes in as well, and some green. So I'm assuming I'm seeing something underwater starting to go. Now, it could also be the inside of like a blood vessel, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know. Um, it would make sense it would be something with the earth because I checked into the astrology after seeing Ness and Linda together and how all these planets will get a hard square to, Uranus and Taurus. At some point, all the other planets will have this hard square. And that'll be a shift with any material resource, most likely the earth, because, that's Taurus and Uranus is a disruptor and, like electrical or magnetic energy. A lot of earthquake stuff is tied to the sun as well. I've been watching Stefan Burns. He's a geophysicist. He likes to work with people in the mystical realm, Stefan. He's had some interesting people on his channel at times. He doesn't usually have guests, but when he does, he has some really good people. So Julia says, your family, I guess she's talking to Laurie, your family's coming through on the bird oracle cards. Your family sent the cards to you. One energy layer of 222 for you and your family is a door. Oh no, Rishlane. I thought Laurie had the cards, but okay. I got confused. Well, Julia says, Rishlane, your family comes from a royal bloodline. And I see this in the future of your family. Wow. So Sheila Kelly says, the sun is building a massive sunspot and it's creating a lot of instability. Wow. Yeah, because I know that he talks now. I just forgot astrophysicist. What is his name? He talks a lot about geophysicist Stefan Burns. Sorry, geophysicist Stefan Burns. He talks a lot about the relationship between the sun and the instability in the earth. And Laurie is a Taurus. Yeah, so Taurus is getting a lot of hard aspects this year. You're already in the hospital getting surgery with your body, your physical resource. Your most important physical resource is your body. Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm going to get to bed soon. I gotta check this email out from Linda. I want to get back to her. I don't want to keep her waiting. I'm sure if it was urgent, she would have texted me, but I want to have sound mind when I write an email. So Jason says something important here. Rich Lane just wanted to prepare people. I just bought a lot of safe kits, SAFE, and a crank radio, solar and light with the ability to charge devices. I actually just bought a power bank that has some kind of solar adapter to charge it as well, Jason. Just in case. After this big storm came here that could have could still take the power out. I don't want to, please God, I just wish we're done with the storm, but this cold weather is too much. Thank you, everybody, for joining. Thank you for all the likes. Thank you for the super chat, Jason. Oh, Paul Tail, San Diego. Hi, honey. Thank you for joining us. I'm happy to give of my time. I really wish I had more of it, to give. I really, really enjoy these live streams with you, chatting about all things spiritual and developing your gifts. So many. Hi, Kate from Patel, San Diego. I'm Kate. But there was another Kate that was into the animals. But she was in Australia. So there's so many wonderful animal lovers. Oh, wait a minute. Jason, I want to take a screenshot of what you're saying. Because I'm getting something between us. This caused the big problem with me and Linda. And people writing in like craziness. I do see something, I can't tell what, between the 17th and the 21st and a half, whatever that means. So Jason sees the 20th of February. He sees a large event either in mid-California or Cascadia. I have friends in California. Well, just hopefully people we love and all protected and don't have too much cleanup in their area. It took me a while to recover from the tornado that took the tree down. And luckily, I knew psychically, I got rid of most of the trees because I knew something was coming. I could feel it. And I wanted that. I knew that I had to get that tree down. But that tree guy, he was a drug addict. And he didn't take that tree down he was supposed to. And now this tornado took it down. But luckily, my angels and guides protected us, people from falling on us or doing more damage than it did. It was actually very little damage considering what it could have been. So he sees a large event either in mid-California, mid-Cascadia. Then after, there will be groups of earthquakes all the way through California and or Washington areas. Wow. Oh, I pray for peace and protection upon everybody. Thank you, Kelly. Jason, do you see anything for the East Coast? I get flooding. I'm only picking up stuff more along where I live because I think, it's just my angels and guides are sending me info about that. Oh, Paul Tail San Diego says, that thing that triggered Linda wasn't you, it was Tom. His show was really ominous and low energy. Oh, you know what it was? Yeah, I think that was part of it. And then it was what people wrote to her after we were together. People wrote some really harsh things that weren't true about me, and it really upset me and upset Linda. And I don't want anything to upset Linda. I love Linda. Linda deserves the best. Linda deserves all good things to Linda. G. Comanche Psychic. If anyone doesn't know who I'm talking about, go visit her channel. She's a hoot, and she's just such a lovely human being. And Sheila Kelly says, from mid to end of February, we need to be vigilant about what's going on. Jason, everyone have a beautiful evening and safe February. Micheline says, thank you, Najia. Take care. Good night, everyone. Yeah, Bob, I was spot on about the tree. I just wish I could have gotten it cut. I tried. I just was worn down by the drug addict, tree guy, and he destroyed stuff. There's a whole long story about that. Anyway, I just was, I just was, I couldn't hire anybody after that. It was too hard. Anyway, the cosmos are aligning. Yeah, Kat says various areas on the East Coast will be affected by the rise of the oceans. I definitely see that. Yeah, New York will be really affected. I see, listen, I've had so many dreams about New York. It's one of the reasons I left living there. I was told by my guides, do not make your home in New York. Because they were showing me what it would look like in the future. And it would still function. I see New York functioning even with the water like Venice, right? Paul Tails San Diego says, Linda G is such a great person. Thank you for riding the roller coaster. Haters are going to hate. Yeah, haters are going to hate. Yeah. Kat, do you want to speak about, before we sign off, about anything that you've seen? So many psychics tuning in tonight. Oh my gosh. Oh my God. That's why I see the yellow orange. Oh my goodness, Jason. Washington and Oregon and California have oil production on the coastline, so that's why you see the yellow orange. Thank you, Bob, for telling me to follow my gut. Paul Tails says, do you see a full sunspot burst hitting Earth in the next 3 days? I personally don't. I mean, I feel something's going to happen like around this solar eclipse time, starting then. Well, no matter what, listen, we are part of God. We are God. Everyone has a team. Listen, this is what I do for a living. I talk to people's teams, man. There's so much protection and love for us on the other side. And Jason says, East Coast, I see water coming in the New York City, Manhattan. That low area will flood. Yeah, that's what I meant by New York, because I used to live in Manhattan. And that's where I'm seeing it as well for so long. It's just inevitable, it seems. Wow. I also see stuff close to me. And I'm 100 miles from the sea, you know? Although maybe some of the stuff I see could be coming from the Delaware Bay, because I'm very close to Delaware. All right, everyone. Love you all. Thank you for making this this is a great group. Thank you. We had no trolls. Thank you. We had no craziness. All good things. That's why I do these kind of last minutes, so the trolls don't know I'm coming on. Yeah, we definitely don't need to feed into the negativity. We are all protected. All right. Talk to you later. Bye.